Welcome to Hypocrisy Now. I'm Rachel,
I'm Sarah.
and what do we tell the new people, Sarah?
We tell them we might not be everybody's cup of tea, but we're somebody's shot at tequila.
Yay! Good news is we have 976 days, 18 hours, 9 minutes, and 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. You get the point.
Yep.
Cheers!
And so on.
Yay! Until Trump
Cheers.
is gone.
Yay.
I fucking hope. I can't stand this guy. Every day it's something else. Not every day it's something else. Every day it's 8 million things.
He's just such an undignified clown.
Uh-oh. We are frozen.
Oh, the segues.
Good times, good times. Well, speaking
Yeah.
of your internet going to shit, you think it's the power grid that caused
Oh!
by data centers? Everything we own is like a data center. Our cell phone is a data center. A hard drive, your computer. But if you ever worked in an office, there was usually a server room, right? And so that's your little office's data center. Well, now that everything's on the cloud needs a data center. Like, what a fucked up name. It is not just out there, it is in buttfuck Virginia, soaking up everyone's resources. But basically, anytime you do a Google search, you do Chat GPT, you AI, you Netflix, like you're pulling something from the cloud from these data centers. So they're just going to keep getting, I mean, do you call it an unnecessary evil? Do you I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, we need them, but is there a way that maybe we could regulate it? Or is there even ways we can like stop becoming so dependent on that?
His report, he details that this data center puts out so much energy and heat that it's the equivalent to 23 atomic bombs. It runs the same amount of energy as 40,000 Walmarts and two New York cities if everything was running. The specific town that it's going to be in, the daytime temperatures are going to be increased by 2 to 5 degrees, and at night it's going to be increased by 8 to 12 degrees because of how much heat and energy this thing will put off. It's the largest data center that's ever been proposed in the world. And with all of this information that he sums up, he basically ends his report by saying that this is going to destroy that town and potentially Utah's ecosystem. It's going to destroy the native species that are there. The invasive species are going to take over the ones that can survive the drought that this data center will supply to that town and Utah. And nobody cares.
Is it a necessary evil? Like, what would be the workaround? Is there a more green, environmentally friendly way? I don't know, man. I don't know the answers to these questions.
So I guess that's how I ruined your week. I forgot to ask. I guess
And
there it
several
was.
more.
And basically the rest of our existence.
Yeah. I mean, I think of this is my millennial brain thinking of data centers, and I think of like a little place out in India with the guys pretending to be named Jeff. We know your name's not Jeff,
But
Sandy,
they'll turn that
right?
business card around for you in 24
Yeah, like
hours.
that's what I think of when I think of a data center, not realizing that it's this massive, massive energy burning structure. So, yikes.
Then it's taking up 10 plus percentage of your water. People will go to turn on their water and it's like drip, drip, drip. And then your energy prices. I think I just saw this story in Virginia where their energy costs are going up like 24% a month to help supplement this. So, what sucks is there could be harmony in this, right? We could, because you could also take a data center and AI it and figure out, when it's getting these surges and, when it needs the energy. And then also when it's not getting these surges, where it could maybe back off some of that energy and, really kind of figure out how to use the
Like the,
grid. Yeah,
yep.
like how to use the grid and the energy that they have. But because we have such an amazing president, who likes to sign executive orders, he's like, I don't give a shit. All of these data centers are supposed to be regulated under the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, or called FERC. What the
Okay,
FERC?
sexy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're out here trying to FERC the energy
Sure.
and
Sure.
and regulate it, right? Well, Trump comes, and it was its own, not tied to the government, right? It was its own commission for checks and balances. Well, Trump gets in, he signs that exec order, and he's like, hey, guess who runs this now? The White House. Guess who gives me billions of dollars? AI. Guess whose regulations I'm gonna scrap? Anybody who wants to pay me. So we don't have, like, that's the thing. There's no regulations on this. So, like I said, we could probably find some sort of harmony with AI in these data centers and figuring out, how even, I don't know, you put billions of solar power, like solar panels on that, and
Well, he kiboshed windmills, right? Didn't
oh
he
yeah,
shut all that down?
And that's the thing. Yes, like he's killed all sort of clean energy initiatives. So windmills, solar panels, all of that stuff. Like he doesn't believe in clean energy. So the idea of a data center trying to figure out how to use clean energy, he's scrapped all of that. And of course, if you're an AI data center, you have a shit ton of money, right? Because you're building this structure. You're trying to cut corners. So yeah, the less regulations and the faster you can get your shit up and running, yeah, you're going to go for it. Like, I don't know. I think if you can afford a data center, you probably are at a point in your life where you don't really give a shit about people. So
no, certainly not.
Here we are.
I mean, it seems like it's taking place in all these little towns that, I hate to say it, nobody cares about, but they're inconsequential to the vast majority of anybody, except of course those people who live there who are still human beings with value and lives and
probably hundreds of acres of land that now they have to look out at a data center.
Oh man, I hope there's one old lady that's a holdout and they got to build it around her tiny house.
I feel that they've also set this up in a way when they actually bring it to the town, the county, the city, whatever, it's pretty much already a done deal. So you really don't even have a say in it. And they're just bringing it up in kind of these town halls, and you have these giant data centers going around your property. They're loud. They're increasing the heat. They're taking all the energy. They're increasing your bills. So nobody's going to want to live there. So what happens then? Once again, these become ghost towns. What really bothers me is one of their trying sell points is it'll create jobs. No. Okay, you might have some jobs to help build it, but it's going to employ maybe 200, 300 people. The long-term effect is going to tear down some of these towns. And what's crazy is they're starting a thing for tiny data centers.
That sounds adorable, but I'm sure it's not.
Actually, it feels a little better. It would basically be kind of like a little panel on the side of your house, and they give you kind of some incentives. It's all like, hey, we'll pay 25% of your electric bill and you get free Wi-Fi if you put this, little thing on your house. And I'm like, maybe that's a better option than having some massive, yeah. It's just
like the energy.
Yeah, I know.
Force, like, yeah, you're gonna build it on a burial ground on accident, and it's gonna be a Ghostbusters situation all over the place.
Man, I can't even imagine out here in the Appalachia.
Do that. And man, that's all these things are like gotchas, because who's not gonna do that? I would do that. Sure.
And so a lot of this shit is these Nivea, I think, are those little computer chips. And they used to be somewhat affordable and gamers would buy them all the time. But now with all this shit going crazy, they are costly. If somebody's going to say, hey, we're going to put, this thing that can hold a shit ton of data. Sorry, I don't know numbers because I'm not a nerd. Just kidding.
Yeah. Let me call Wes.
Yeah, what are these numbers? Terabytes, gigabytes, megawatts, kilowatts.
Well, actually, again, everything is such a kind of gotcha,
Yep.
gotcha,
Yeah.
because they pigeonhole you until that's the only decision you can make. So you're either stuck spending more in an economy that's already crawling up its own asshole, or you do the thing that doesn't seem like it's harmful.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
ugh.
The fact that this stuff isn't being regulated right now and that you can just go in and build a giant fucking data center and suck up all these resources if you have enough money.
And there's just no awareness, right? I wouldn't know this. I wouldn't
Yeah.
give a shit if I heard it in passing, if I heard it on a little blip. I wouldn't I wouldn't fucking care.
There's just huge inequalities around it.
For sure.
And if they really want to bring these data centers in, then they're going to give them incentives, tax breaks, or you don't have to pay your energy or whatever that the people living there are going to have to make up for. Bullshit. It could be such a good thing. But once again, because there's no regulations and everybody's just doing this rat race to the top to try to like get their shit out there, that it's going to be sloppy.
Is this a necessary evil because of the evolution of society? Perhaps. I don't know. But is there a lack of public awareness to make good or bad decisions, or counter arguments, or maybe we zig and we instead of zag and we do it energy efficient this way instead of that way? That's the problem, is the lack of full disclosure. If it needs to happen,
Absolutely.
it needs to happen because societies evolve. This evolution of life happens. So is it something that is just going to happen because of how technology is advancing? Perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's again the like evil billionaires at the top who are
Right.
making all the decisions that have no regard for the people that live there, common humans. Those are the things. And
It's
we've
just,
also evolved as a society where public involvement is very important because perspective is important.
AI is gonna, it was always gonna continue to grow, but I think with this regime, it now has no boundaries. We're about to be like the AI wild, wild west. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like AI out there like yippee-ki-yay,
Isn't
motherfuckers.
it so fucked up and weird that they're gonna have this ungoverned, you're right, the wild, wild west, yet we're still trying to look at Christian nationalism and not letting women vote and not having control over their own bodies. Like these things they don't make sense.
Sarah, how do we save democracy? We don't.
We don't. I mean, what can I say? Don't use AI. Like you're gonna have to,
You're gonna
right?
have to
Like
use AI.
this is it's not the wave of the future. It's the now. So like you get on board or you get the fuck out. So have conversations with human people. And I've definitely found myself in this situation because, man, all these social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, it's so easy to truly be able to disassociate. And I find that um, scrolling through reels is the easiest way for me to disassociate, but I also
Mhm.
understand how unhealthy that is for my brain. So try and recognize those patterns in yourself and um, take some effort into calming your brain down. Get the Calm app, not sponsored, but could be. Like do some meditation. Take some intentional time to not just keep thinking. Take 20 minutes, start small, take 5 minutes, do some deep breathing, read a book,
Go
try to
outside.
watch a movie and just focus on that movie and not also look at your screen, which I'm
Yeah,
definitely guilty of.
like
Yeah.
put your phone somewhere.
Yeah, like really
I
try
gotta
to
try
focus
start.
on
I gotta write these down.
it's really
Write
fucking
them.
hard.
It's
It's
so
really,
hard.
really hard. It's super hard. Especially I reach a point where I'm like bored and then I start scrolling because it's instant gratification and I don't have to be bored.
All right, Sarah,
Yeah.
we ready to wrap this up
Yeah.
with a ping, ping, ping.
Oh yeah, that thing. Oh, did you want to
Hey!
again?